Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of Hiker Homily. And just a real quick looking at the channel thing. I like to do this every once in a while, just like let you guys know. I know a while ago I talked about, and that's my little wind chimes there in the background. I talked about how I didn't want to feel the pressure of having to put out content every week. And so I haven't been. When I've got something to post, I post it, and hopefully folks enjoy it. I've been getting some feedback, and I do appreciate those of you who give me feedback. Always appreciated, for sure. It really is. So I like to do this kind of little check-in every once in a while so you know what's going on. And what's basically going on is I've been doing stuff here and there. Here in Central Valley, California, and California in general, it's been really weird. We had a whole streak where it was just constantly raining, and then we had 1 week between that rain and a whole streak of triple-digit temperatures. Neither one of those things are really something I'm looking to hike in, so that curtails things sometimes. It's just like, well, by the time, even getting up early in the morning, like I usually do to go on certain hikes, especially if the hikes are, an hour drive away or so. Even getting up early in the morning, by the time I got to the trailhead, it's like 90-something degrees, heading to 103. And yeah, so that curtailed some things in the summer. Other things I still got to do. I did, some camping and stuff. And so that's brought me to why I'm checking in on the channel. Usually when I go camping, it's also a spot I go hiking in. The last place we camped out, my wife and I had a great time camping at Salt Point State Park. Now, those of you who watch the channel for a while know I've already been to Salt Point. I hiked several trails there. The hike reports are on the channel already and stuff. So we did, some walking around there and some vacationing, but not a whole lot of hiking because we'd already done those trails. So we went on them a little bit here and there, but like nothing different from what I had gotten before. But coming up, just letting you know, I've got the Pinnacles National Park, where I'll be doing a little bit of hiking there. And in the fall, we're going to be going down to, oh my gosh, my brain, the Mojave Desert area, and camping there for a couple of nights. And so I'll be doing some hiking there. And so, of course, there will be some hike reports coming there. That's in the fall. Also in the fall time, we were, miracle of miracles, able to get a spot at Yosemite. That's the big one. Wow. And it's hard to do. It's hard to even just go there for the day now. You practically have to show up right at the crack of dawn, get in line to be even allowed in there, because they only allow a certain amount of vehicles in, a certain amount of people in. And so you have to be there to even get into the place for the day, let alone camp there. So we were able to get a camping spot overnight at Yosemite, and so that'll be a lot of fun. Even if I just walk around the valley, it should be some nice video for the channel and things like that, just to have fun. So that's some of the stuff that's coming up. On top of that, I wanted to, I don't get a lot of feedback from my tiny channel. It's a little channel. I've only got over 100 and something subscribers, and a couple of you are really good at giving me feedback and letting me know what was interesting and things like that, and I appreciate that, like I said. But maybe a few more will like to chime in if you're paying attention to this video about other content on the channel that I'm thinking about. If people are interested in it and say, hey, yeah, that'd be cool to see. Because I do a lot of things besides hiking that are still kind of outdoor related. For one thing, camping. My wife and I really enjoy camping. When we want to get out of town and just see a nice area and just have a good time to ourselves, we leave the kids to their own devices because they're both adults. And we want to get out of town and stuff. A lot of times it'll be camping. It's something that she and I both enjoyed when we were kids, mostly because when we grew up, I did not grow up a wealthy person, and so that's the vacation you could afford was camping, right? But we enjoyed it. It was a good time. We really liked it. And so we do that now, even as adults. We grew up taking the kids camping to different sites and stuff. And so she and I like to do it. So would you like to see some camping content? Car camping is what I'm talking about. Recently, we took our Subaru Outback and we kind of bought a bunch of stuff for it that created a little camping mobile, what we call our adventure mobile. And I'd love to do a little blurb on how we did that, how we transferred it over to become a camping mobile that we use a lot of the time. On camping things in general, how we make things easier when we go camping, what kind of food do we bring with us, what do we eat, the kinds of campgrounds we go to, how nice are the campgrounds, the amenities they have, where they're at, what they look like, things like that. If there's any interest in that, let me know. I think that would be fun. I may, even if there's no interest indicated, I may do some of that on the channel just because I like it. And it's my channel. But the other possibility is like gardening. I have a smallish, well, it's kind of big compared to some of the modern houses. But my backyard is a decent size that we sit on compared to some of the small yards that the new tract homes are putting in around houses. This one's a pretty decent sized yard, and we do a lot with it. We have beehives, 2 of them. We have chickens, all legal within the city limits if you follow the rules, and we have followed all the rules. And this year we grew several different types of fruit. We have several fruit trees in the backyard. We experimented with growing corn this year, something we hadn't done in the garden before, and it's coming along all right. Always have good luck with tomatoes. This year we didn't do squash, but that's one thing we usually do. So, that's the kind of thing that I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of content on, is if that's interesting to folks to see, is some of the gardening content. How you can just do that in your backyard. You can get your own food. We haven't bought eggs for years because we have 4 hens that produce an egg a day most of the time. So yeah, we don't eat eggs like that. So we always have a stockpile of eggs that we're able to share with family and with friends. But whenever we need an egg, we've got eggs and stuff like that. Haven't had to buy them in the store for a couple of years now since we got our chickens going. And soon we're going to have honey of our own. The bees are making that for us now, and we're planning on doing things with that honey, not only just using it for what we use honey for, putting it on food and stuff like that, but also possibly getting into making things like mead. My wife and I enjoy different stuff like that, and mead is one of those things. So, I experiment a little bit with the channel doing road trips, and I still may do more of those when we go fun places and things like that. But just other things to put on the channel that would be fun to do, would not be a pressure to do, and then there'd just be more content coming out on the channel to look at than, hey, at the moment now it's just like, sorry, the next camping trip isn't for like 3 or 4 weeks, and so you might not get something for 3 or 4 weeks. That kind of thing. So let me know what you think. That's just up to you guys. Other than that, there's some content coming up. I do have a few things that I did film when we were camping. We did a couple of camping food reviews, and I'm going to do a hiker homily soon on backpacking food and the kinds of things that can help with your budget and all that. So other than that, let me know. I'll always comments down below. You can get a hold of me at hikingforhealthca@gmail.com. I'm also thinking about starting a little Reddit thing, because that's a social network that I think is all right and have been experimenting with and things like that. It's a little different than the other social networks I know, but there's just less crap that goes on there, and the crap that does go on you can just kind of blank out. But it's just a neat, able to just put out your ideas there. So there we go. All right, other than that, I think that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching. Totally appreciate it. And again, like for the 3rd or 4th time, those of you who do give me the feedback on things, I really appreciate it. It does help. I do see it. I try to answer anytime someone, at least a thank you, anytime someone gives me feedback or something like that, because it really is appreciated, especially for a small channel like I've got. I'm not expecting to go viral or or be a major influencer, YouTuber type of thing like that. But it is fun to get a little feedback now and then from the little audience I have. So appreciate it very much, and I'll catch you next time.